one of Major General Gowan's intent, and also Brigadier General Burkhead, their intent is for us to help as many as we can during this crisis. And so one of the things that we do is community outreach. And so what you'll see here now is a lot of our chaplains who are part of the Maryland National Guard and chaplain assistants. And we're here to help this local organization pass out food, connect with the residents from this Brooklyn area, and also to show a lot of goodwill. As a chaplain, our heart's desire is always to do ministry and help as many people as we can. So, right now we're just kind of packing up and bagging groceries, and the residents are going to come through shortly, and they're going to fill their carts, and hopefully they'll remember the work that we've done here. So, City of Refuge Baltimore specifically is a nonprofit. It's not a church, but Pastor Billy, he runs a church and this nonprofit. And so a few years back, a partnership was started through a former senior chaplain, and it's called Partners in Care. We've changed that to Partnerships in Care, and we have signed agreements with nonprofits, community programs, and local churches, synagogues, mosques to join us when there's a need to lock arms so that we can meet that need. Today, we're assisting one of our partners. They had a need. They didn't have enough bodies to help kind of bag and unpack the food and pass it out. So it's a formal relationship that we have with City of Refuge, and it's just our opportunity to give back and do good. I think the main thing is, a chaplain in the National Guard gets an opportunity to do a variety of things. Sometimes you're a pastor, sometimes you're a counselor, sometimes you're a social worker, sometimes you're passing out food, but in all of those instances, you're doing God's work. You're helping those in crisis and helping those in need. And it's my joy and it's our joy to be doing it. We do pray, right? We do hold religious services, but we look for opportunities to help those in crisis. And so that's one of the missions and mandates of the National Guard in general. We're here to help folks that are in crisis, and hunger is one of the big crises facing a lot of families and homes in America today.
So we are City of Refuge Baltimore. We exist to bring light, hope, and transformation to individuals, families, and communities. And we have 5 impact areas. Today we are working in one of those 5 impact areas. We call it the essentials, and it's basic needs. So we're meeting people, reaching people at their point of need. This is a very disadvantaged community, has some struggles, but there is about 33% live below the federal poverty level. And this is considered affordable housing, but the average rental of one of these row homes behind us is probably somewhere between $1,000 and $1,200 a month. And so people are living on the margins, and one of the things we do is help them by supplementing their food budget in partnership with the Maryland Food Bank and distributing groceries today. Today we're doing what we call pantry on the go. Think it's fresh produce. So you may be catching behind me, but we're setting up shop to serve probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 250 to 300 households today. And we'll be providing them with fresh produce that they can take home in this COVID-19 experience. This will give them the opportunity to get some fresh produce and keep food on the table. So our community is made up of kind of 3 population groups. We have people that are what I call fixed income. And then we have people who are on some type of social services, maybe that's welfare or some type of cash assistance program. And then we also, a third are probably seniors or elderly, and then working poor. So we they come together, and the working poor in our community are probably the ones really taking it hard right now, because many of them have already been laid off or are being laid off. And so our services are helping to sustain them, especially in this most desperate time. Well, I think it's valuable to come together, make phone calls to the elderly, the shut-in, those that are maybe under quarantine and can't get out. I think that this is where the church can rise up and come together and really make an impact together. And think outside the box. I didn't know that the Maryland National Guard would be helping us today, but they are. And it just proves something I always tell my staff. We're better together. And so I tell that to other community leaders, and that's what's happening. This is just community coming together. And I don't see this as much, it is a crisis, but it's also an opportunity for us to let our light shine, for us to help the least among us, and to really show the wonder of humanity. And that's that we can come together, and we say it like this here at City of Refuge: we can bring hope to life. And that's what we're doing. We're helping hopeless people experience a little bit of life. And so reach out, make a phone call, an encouraging word, have a prayer with somebody. For us, if you wanted to help us here at City of Refuge, I would, you can jump on our website at cityofrefugebaltimore.org. You can make a donation, possibly volunteer with us. There's a tab there that you can send us an email, and we'd love to connect with you more.
Great. Would you like to add anything else?
No, thank you for coming, Maryland National Guard. We're so we're grateful to have you, and we appreciate your partnership today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So in addition to being the executive director at City of Refuge, I also pastor a church. And the church I pastor has served the Maryland National Guard as a partner in care for probably more than 10 years now. And so they reached out to us in the sense of, how we can partner together in this crisis. And long story short, working with one of the chaplains for the Maryland National Guard, we were able to make this connection, and we're able to get the Guard out today to help us. We've had to send a number of our volunteers home because they themselves are vulnerable and at risk. And so this really kind of literally gives us an army to get the job done, especially on a day like today. We are doing lunches, prepared meals daily, but on this food pantry, the volume of people that we'll serve today goes up exponentially. So this is our first mission together, and we're very excited about that. Hopefully it won't be the last. But I would say as a partner in care, many times we're looking to serve the soldiers. So in this case, now the soldiers are helping us to serve our community and serve us. So we're grateful for this relationship. Hopefully it's not the last time. Hopefully we get to do it again. So.